Swiss ball can add a whole nother layer of balance to your strength and resistance training and is incredible for your core. That is because when you have to support and balance your body weight while doing an exercise, especially when you're adding heavy weights to that, you have to activate your core muscles to stabilize yourself. Whereas if you're just working out on stationary equipment, which is typical of what most people do in a gym, you don't have to activate those core muscles, and this actually works against your balance and stability. And this is why you see so many professional bodybuilders that, despite having all these big muscles, are actually very poor athletes. This type of building strength without stability can lead to joint or muscle injuries, especially with movements of using heavy weights while sitting or lying down. Building your balance is important as we age, and it's especially important for elderly people, and this will build just like a muscle, which unfortunately means that if we're not doing exercises or movements for balance, that it's going to atrophy. But falls are the leading cause of injury for elderly people, and it's one of the leading causes of death. And doing exercises for balance can help to prevent that. And I have a video link below where I have specific exercises for balance and proprioception that you can see. Now, the Swiss ball is also used in rehabilitation, especially with back and spine injuries, and it's great for athletes as you can create a whole range of applications that can strengthen your nervous system as well as your reflexes, which can also get sluggish if you're only doing stationary movements or you're not working out at all. Now, it's important to know that all sports and functional movements are based on rotation, and you can do rotational exercises on this that you can't do on stationary equipment or doing just linear movements such as squats or deadlifts or military press or bench press as an example, which is typically what most people do in a gym. You're never going to be playing a sport where you're just stiff or moving in a linear fashion like you do with deadlift or bench press. And I'm going to have a lot of exercises in this video, but I would also encourage you that whatever your sport is, to look for exercises on the Swiss ball that can help you for that. And it also keeps your workouts more interesting and less boring and mundane, and therefore more sustainable. And I have another video that I'll have linked below with more advanced Swiss ball exercises that you can see there as well. And you can always put this on a yoga mat or on a carpet to make it less slippery and a little bit easier for your balance. So let's get started.
And so you know, I'm not saying not to do weights or strength training. I'm saying be sure to do this as well to support your strength with stability and balance. So starting out with chest, this is great for your core because it forces you to balance yourself while you're pushing yourself up. And then I usually just do rotations after that, some to the left and then some to the right. Now, to make this harder, you can put your feet closer together. And holding yourself steady here is the work. And to make it easier, you could do it on your knees. And same thing with the rotations. I love this exercise that I learned from Pike for martial arts, as well as many other sports where you have a lot of upper body rotation. You're just rolling it across your upper back into your elbow. And I'm using very light weight because that's all I have at home, but this is good to start out with. Here's another angle for you to see the movement better. Next is a push-up into a crunch into a pike. And like so many other exercises on the ball, this is a great joint stabilizer, building up the smaller muscles around your joints and tendons. And this also hits so many other aspects of your core and legs. So starting with the difficult ones first, this is a pike that really hits your shoulders like a military press. These are used by a lot of rehabilitation specialists. And your arms are shaped like a Y with your thumbs up, as you can see here from different angles. Best to start out with very light weights. And these are great for your rear deltoids and your upper back. And your arms are shaped like a T, as you can see here. And you can see thumbs are facing down with this one. Now, just staying static in this position can be great for your posture, as it hits so many areas of your back all the way up to your neck. And it's perfect if you're sitting all day or working on a computer. Then you could just do typical back extensions, moving your shoulder blades in as you go up to the top. And this is the same sort of thing from the opposite end, hitting your lower back and your glutes. And then after back, I just like to balance myself on the ball using the muscles of my back. Scorpion is a great dynamic stretch for your legs and your back, and it's typically done on a mat, but I like to do it on a ball as well. Now, I wasn't always very impressed with squats with the ball on your back, but you can actually angle your legs more forward and hit your quads and your glutes in a way that you can't just doing typical squats. And these are great for burnout sets after you do jumping squats or jumping lunges or just regular squats with weights. And here's the Swiss balls version of a lunge. Now, this is a great way to work your glutes and hamstrings while working your shoulders and your core, as you have to hold yourself up with your arms. As for core and abs, starting with the hardest, you could do side crunches going side to side. These are great as they work so many muscles all at once, such as your chest, your tris, your shoulders, your core, and your legs. And once you exhaust that, you can then go to the middle. These are great for rotational movements and working many of your muscles simultaneously. You can also practice doing the planche with the ball, as you can see here. And make sure when you do this you don't dip down like a hammock, so your upper back needs to be flat. Another way to hit your core here is just by rolling the ball forward and holding on for as long as you can, creating a straight line with your back. And to modify this easier, just get closer to the ball and hug it a little more. Now, the reason I like doing sit-ups or crunches so much on the ball is because it allows you to get the extra 30 or so degrees behind your back while supporting your back, which is very important for functional abdominals. If you're not doing movements like that, it's like doing half a bicep curl. People who just do abs from a straight line forward miss almost a complete muscle group in their abs and their core. And because doing sit-ups is an unnatural movement, this can create problems in your posture, the way you walk, your bone structure, joint problems, and so many more. But it's important to support your back while you're doing this, and the ball can provide that. And as you can see, my hands are not behind my neck, allowing it to support itself. These are great for stretching out your core and hitting your obliques. And at the end of your workout, the hollow body is great to burn it out. And I always like to either start or finish up my core by just balancing myself by sitting on the ball. And you can move yourself around to make it a little more challenging and throw your hands in as well. This is another great movement for martial arts, particularly ground-based arts like jiu-jitsu or wrestling. And these are all great joint stabilizers, working the smaller muscles around your joints and tendons. And there's a lot more Swiss ball and functional movement workouts in my seminars, as well as resistance training and how to mix those up throughout your week.
So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll have more workout videos linked below in my series called Out of the Box Workouts, and that includes resistance training and anaerobic training. And if you want something more comprehensive, I have full workout plans for different body types and goals in my Clean Body and Weight Loss seminar, and the instruction manual for the human body, and other seminars linked below. So for more videos on health and wellness related to mind, body, and spirit, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Good luck.